Hello students, welcome to Sri Vardhaman Vidyalaya online education. So today we will see the part 2 of chapter 10, light, that is reflection and refraction. So in this part we will study about the type of the mirror. So mirror shows the phenomena of reflection. So depending upon the type of reflecting surface of the mirror, we have two type of mirror. One is a plane mirror, second one is a spherical mirror. So plane mirror. Plane mirror are those that have a plane reflecting surface that you can see in the figure. So this is a plane mirror and this will be the reflecting surface. So the reflecting surface is also a plane. So they are called as a plane mirror. Spherical mirror. Spherical mirrors are the other types that have a curved refracting surface. So this is the diagram for the spherical mirror. So in spherical mirror you can see a curved refracting surface. So depending upon this, they are of two types, one with a bulge and other with a depression. So the bulge one is a convex mirror and the one with a depression is a concave mirror. So this will be the bulge position. So this mirror we are calling as a convex mirror and this will be the depressed one. So this we are calling as a concave mirror. So these are the two types of a mirror. One is the plane and second one is spherical mirror. Next we will see the activity 10.1. So procedure, take a large shining cone, try to view your face in its inner curved surface. So you do get the image? Yes, you will see your face image. Is it smaller or large? So the image formed is enlarged and erect when the spoon is close to the face. So you can see an image formed is very enlarged and erect. Erect is nothing but it is almost upright or in a straight. So you can see your image enlarged when the spoon is close to the face. Next, move the spoon slowly away from your face and observe the image. What you will get change. As we move the spoon away from the face, the image become large and it will be an inverted. So when we move your spoon, what happens? The image will become a large and it will be inverted one. So inverted means it is an inversion position. When the face is very far off, highly diminished and inverted image of your face is seen. So when the face is away from you, uh, then you can get a highly diminished and inverted surface face is seen. Now reverse the spoon and repeat this activity. How does the image look like now? When the spoon is reversed, the image formed by the outer surface of the spoon is virtual and diminished in size. So when it is an inner surface, you will get an enlarged and erect. When the spoon is reversed, that it is in an outer surface, then the image will be the virtual and diminished in size. Virtual means in Gujarati you can see as an abhas. Okay. The other meaning of an ritual that in Gujarati you can see as an vastavik. Okay. So this is the nature of an image that will be seen when the spoon is inward as well as an outer surface. Now if we move the spoon away from your face, the image moves away and however the image continue to be virtual and diminished in size. So finally at last the image will be diminished just like a point size. Now you can compare the characteristic of image on the two surface. So from the conclusion you can see that inner surface of a spoon act as a concave mirror where the outer surface of a spoon will act as a convex mirror. So you can see the image formed outer side of the spoon. So in the outer side of a spoon you will get an erect and diminished one where the inner side of a spoon you will get an erect and enlarged image. Okay, so this will be, you can see the difference between the image formed from the outer side and inner side of the spoon. Next you can see the diagram, the image formed by the concave mirror when the object is placed far from the mirror. So you can see the distance between a concave mirror as well as an object. So there is a far distance. So when the far distance, then the image will be formed will be far away from the mirror. When the image formed by the concave mirror, when the object is placed near the mirror. So when the object is placed near the mirror, then you can see a very clear image and it is also an inverted. Here you cannot get a clear image. Okay. So this will be the two difference when the object is placed near the mirror or far away from the mirror. Next, spherical mirror. So depending upon the reflecting surface of a spherical mirror may be curved inward or outward. There will be the two types. One is a concave mirror, second one is a convex mirror. Concave mirror. So in the concave mirror, the the reflection of the light take place at the concave surface or in bent in surface. So in concave mirror, the reflection of a light that will be take place which will be in a concave surface that you can see in the diagram. Okay, so the spherical part of the sphere which is painted from the outer side is called as a concave mirror. So you can see the diagram. So this is a concave mirror. So here it will be polished. Okay, and it will be you can see that is it will be reflecting surface will be bent in surface. So bent in surface. So this will be the bent and the reflecting surface will be polished in this type. So this will be the polished part. Next, the concave mirror are used as a saving mirror as they magnify the object placed close to them. This mirror forms a real image as they have a real focus and are called as a converging mirror. So the concave mirror we are calling as a converging mirror because they will form a real image and as they have a real focus. So that's why they are called as a converging mirror. Now you can see the diagram of a concave mirror. So this is a concave mirror. So the reflections of a light will be take place at this concave surface and this will be the silver coating protected by the paint. Okay, so this is the diagram how the object will be falls on the mirror and you will get an image at this position. So you can see later how when the object will be kept between which part that what type of a nature of an image you will get. Okay, second one is a convex mirror. So in a convex mirror, the reflection of the light take place at the convex surface or bent out surface. So this is a bent out surface and here the polishing will be in this side and this the reflection surface at a convex surface. Okay, you can see the difference. Okay, so the silver coating will be in an outside and here will be the like this inside. Okay, the spherical part of the mirror which is painted from the inside is called as a convex mirror. So here the painting part is inside and in a concave the painting part is outside. So the convex mirror are the side view mirror of a car and this type of the mirror have a wider field of view than flat mirror but the object appears smaller in them. So this mirror always form a virtual image that is we can call as a Vastavik image because the focus is a virtual and they are called as a diverging mirror. So from a convex mirror, the nature of an image is a virtual because they will form a focus. Focus is not a real. So it is a virtual. So that's why we are calling as a diverging mirror. So this is the diagram of a convex mirror. And this is the ray diagram how the image will be formed. Here you can see that is it will diverge this one. In this one what happens, they will be converging, that is it will be converging means it will be meeting at this point. Okay, this is the ray of an light, they will be meet at the some point. But in a convex you can see that this is the ray that it will be what happens, diverge, that is it is reflecting back, diverging back. Now some common used term about the spherical mirror. So listen very carefully, it is very important. So this is one sphere. So if this in this sphere, this part we are calling as an what concave mirror. If the sphere in this sphere, if we are taking this part, then we are calling as an a convex mirror. So in this one, this point that is in a center part of an a concave mirror, we are calling as an a pole, and this is the center of the curvature. This is the principal axis, and this is the radius. So we can so now we are going to study about the definition or some common terms about the spherical mirror. First one, the center of the curvature. So the reflecting surface of the spherical mirror forms a part of sphere. This sphere has a center and this point is called as a center of curvature of spherical mirror and it is represented by the letter C. Now see this one. This is a sphere, okay. The sphere will have a center part, that is we are calling as an C. So this center part we are calling as an what? Center of the curvature, and it is denoted by a letter C. Now please note the center of the curvature is not a part of the mirror. So it is not a part of the mirror. It lies outside its reflecting surface. So the center of the curvature of the concave mirror lies in front of it, where it lies behind the mirror in the cases of a convex mirror. So you can see that here. If the center of the curvature in a concave mirror, it will be inside, where in a convex mirror, it will be lies behind the mirror. Okay, it is in front of the mirror, and here it is behind the mirror. Next, radius of curvature. The radius of a sphere of which the refracting surface of a spherical mirror form a parts is called as a radius of a curvature of mirror. It is represented by the letter R. Now, what is the radius of a curvature? So, this is a sphere. So, what will be this? That is an CP. CP is nothing but it is an radius of an sphere. So, this radius of an sphere will get an radius of a curvature, both in a concave as well as in a convex mirror. Next in was pole. The center of the spherical mirror is called its pole, and the pole lies on the surface of the mirror, and it is represented by the letter P. So what is the pole? So the pole will be the point at the center of the refracting surface of the mirror. So this will be the center of the mirror. So this will be called as a pole, and it is denoted by the letter P, and it will be on the mirror. So it will be lies on the mirror. Here it is also lies on the mirror, and you can see here it is also lie on the mirror. Next, principal axis. The straight line passing through the pole and the center of the curvature of the mirror is called as a principal axis of the mirror. So what will be the principal axis? A line. This is the line that will be passing through the center of the curvature as well as a pole. Here it is also a principal axis. It is passing through the center of the curvature as well as a pole. So this line we are calling as a principal axis of a mirror. So hope you all understood this term, that is center of the curvature, radius of the curvature, pole and principal axis. Next is an aperture of the mirror. The position of a mirror from which the refraction of the light actually takes place is called as an aperture of a mirror. So aperture of a mirror actually represents the size of the mirror. So the aperture is nothing but the position part, that part of the mirror from which the reflecting of the light takes place. Okay, so that we are calling as an aperture of a mirror. Next, activity 10.2 to shows the converging nature of a concave mirror and find its focal length. So procedure: hold a concave mirror in your hand and direct its reflecting surface toward the sun. So direct the light reflected by the mirror on the sheet of paper held close to the mirror. Move the sheet of the paper back and front gradually until you find on the paper sheet a bright, sharp spot of the light. Now hold the mirror and the paper in the same position for a few minutes. What you will get? Absorption. The paper initially turns blackish and then burns, producing a smoke. Actually, it catches a fire. So the light from the sun is converging at a point as a sharp spot by the mirror. In fact, the spot of the light is the image of the sun on the sheet of the paper. So the heat produced due to the concentration of sunlight burns the paper. Now you can see this the diagram. So this is the diagram. So this is a concave mirror. So the rays from a suns, it will be fall and it will be converging at a point. So you will get this one, that is it will be converged, that it will be meet at a one point. So that will be get a paper will get burned. So the distance of this image of the sun from the pole of the mirror gives approximately value of a focal length of the concave mirror. So the distance between the image and from the pole. So this distance we are gotten a focal length of the concave mirror. So it is also concluded that when a beam of a light from a far away object falls on the concave mirror, it will get a real inverted and pointed size image is formed at the focus of the concave mirror. Thank you. Hope you all are understood this one. We will meet in the